isn't it? Hello to all the viewers. Is that live? Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at Ray White Bayswater, we want to thank you very much for coming out on this beautiful sunny Saturday afternoon to hopefully what will be a spectacular auction here in the heart of Chirnside Park. For those that are here to purchase, I want to wish you all the very best with your bidding endeavours, and my suggestion as the auctioneer is plain and simple, and that is to bid bold, bid aggressively, but more importantly, folks, bid to the absolute upper echelon of your capacity to give yourself every opportunity of being the successful buyer here this afternoon. To that successful buyer somewhere in the crowd here today, I'd like to extend a congratulations to you in advance. Thank you so much for coming along, and what a magnificent purchase it is for you for the years to come. Of course, to our vendors who are at the front of the home, we'd like to say to them, thank you so much for entrusting not only myself as the auctioneer, but of course Peter Munt and the team at Ray White Bayswater for selling what is arguably their most prized possession. Folks, today's auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any conditions that were made available for inspection before the commencement of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price. Folks, as the auctioneer, I'm going to be indicating bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and it will provide fines for this conduct. The rules permit vendor bids. The words I'm going to be using during the auction, folks, to indicate I am making a bid on behalf of our vendors are simply vendor bid. By law, only I, as the auctioneer, ladies and gentlemen, can make that vendor bid. Folks, in regards to our particulars of sale this afternoon, which I believe are going to help you bid with plenty of confidence, we're asking for a preferred 60 to 90 day settlement. A 10% deposit is what's payable if you are the successful purchaser here this afternoon. If you've got any specific terms that you'd like to discuss with the team at Ray White Bayswater, Peter as well, then please raise your hand and I'll send one of the trusted team members over to you right away just to double check that your terms will certainly be adhered to by our owners. Folks, what a spectacular property we've got on offer for you, and isn't it being shown off on this glorious Melbourne day here? Folks, in the heart of Chirnside Park, we've got 3 bedrooms, a couple of bathrooms, multiple car spacing here. The home is absolutely exquisitely done throughout, an abundance of natural light, tastefully done, of course, the floorboards, everything you look at, it is simply divine. Just move on in and enjoy which way you see fit. The home appeals to each and every buyer in the marketplace, whether you're looking to buy as a first home buyer, family home buyer, investor, it appeals to each and every one of you. Location simply superb, located of course within a hop, skip and jump away for some local shops. Down the road of course we've got cinemas, major shopping complex, public transportation, absolutely everything. A breeze in and out of the CBD with freeway access as well, not to mention some of the finest nature's parks and reserves that Chirnside Park has to offer, and an abundance of schools, public, private, secondary, primary, you name it. Folks, where we're standing here today, being in Melbourne, we're in the second most livable city in the world. It was number 1, I miss saying that, but 2 still pretty darn good if you ask me. The population is set to exceed New South Wales by the predicted year of 2025, and I mentioned that for you all this afternoon so you can bid with an absolute abundance of confidence here. Folks, please keep that information in the forefront of your mind, because irrespective of your purchase price for number 105 Switchback Road here in the heart of Chirnside Park, if and when you choose to sell in the years to come, not only are you assured a huge profit, but you can create some incredible memories as well, which are priceless. Folks, on behalf of the team at Ray White Bayswater, they do look forward to having a conversation with you in regards to the method of process involved of selling your property at auction as well. Folks, I'm done talking now. I want to put it in your hands for a fair and reasonable start. Opening bid, opening offer. Don't mind where we start. Buyers are in your hands. Where do we go from here? Folks, I don't mind where we start. It's over to you now to dictate what you want to pay for the property. Now's your opportunity to put your best foot forward. The welcome mat is here. Time to jump on it while it's still hot. As 550. At 550,000. Thank you so much, Cindy. Best of luck, guys. All the best there. At 550,000 now, folks, over to you to jump back in. I'd like to have the next bid at 580,000. We're still 50 grand below the bottom of the quote range, so now it's up to you to jump back in. Beg your pardon, 40 grand there. At 550,000, it's with you, folks. Now, folks, time to jump back in. How about 580? as our next bid. Looking for a $30,000 rise to jump back in. I'll give you folks every opportunity for the market to jump back in, but now's your chance. Need to know, folks. Going to give you 3 opportunities to think about it. James, let me know if you've got an interest there. I'll give him 3 opportunities at $550,000 now, folks. As I said, a $30,000 bid to jump back in at $580,000 for this spectacular home in the heart of Chirnside Park. Once at $550,000, twice at $550,000, third final call at $550,000. Done, finished, silent. James confirming. Any interest there, ma'am? I wasn't going to place a secondary vendor bid, but we'd rather not do that just yet. At $550,000, I want to give you every opportunity. You just let me know. All I need is a simple... At $580,000, thank you so much, and best of luck. There's your competition, folks. At $580,000 now. I'd like to go in $20,000 rises from this point forward. Timmy, let him know. Next bid's got to be at $600,000. At $580,000 down the front here. Best of luck to you, ma'am. At $580,000 now, $20,000, guys, to jump back in. Take me to $600 now. Can't take anything less than 20s, just so you know. Need 20s as an absolute bare minimum to jump back in now. At $600,000, there we go, ma'am. It's over to you to jump back in now. I've got $600,000 against the glass door now. Needed $20,000 from you to jump back in. After the next 20, I might take less, just so you know. At $620,000, sorry, at $600,000 down the front here, ma'am. At $620 to jump back in. What do you say? Now's your opportunity to jump back in. James, you let me know. I've got $600,000 down the front here, folks. Again, best of luck to you. Thank you so much for bidding today. Really appreciate it. At $600,000 down the front. Sorry? Not at this point in time. I'll let you know the second that I can. Please park that in your back pocket, ma'am. I appreciate the offer. At $600,000 now, need 20 just at the moment. At $600,000 now, folks, just letting you know, looking for a $20,000 rise to jump back in. As I said, one more $20,000 rise, and I'll entertain smaller increments. But right now, we just need to get the auction up to a level that's going to dictate what you need to pay for the property and to give you clarity on where the vendors are at. At $600,000 now, just navigating you to a sale, ma'am. Pardon me. At $600,000, I'm going to give you 3 chances. At 20 now, just confirming that was a 20. No problem at all. At $620,000, I did say I'll take smaller, so I can take 10. At $620,000, guys, jump back now. At $630,000, what do you say? Ma'am, I'll give you the same courtesy if they jump back in. Don't you worry about that. Really appreciate you bidding here this afternoon in the heart of Chirnside Park. You certainly know real estate when you see it. Move on in. Don't have to lift the finger, folks. Over to you now. We sure we can't tempt you in. I've got $620,000 now down the front here. We've got 2 bidders fighting now. At 30 straight back. Thank you, Timmy, folks. Best of luck to you now. At $630,000, Ginny. Need to know. At 40? Yes. No problem at all. At $640,000, best of luck to you now. Folks, over to you to jump back now. I've got $640,000. We're getting very, very close to hearing some good news. At $640,000 now. As I said, the 2 of you are fighting it out. Don't lose it now. At $640,000 down the front here, folks, over to you to jump back in. There's your competition. Now's your opportunity. $10,000 to jump back in now. I've got $640,000 now. We've got 2 bidders fighting it out here in the heart of Chirnside Park. It's been a marvellous auction since we've started. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. At $640,000 now, folks. $10,000 to jump back. Gonna ask you 3 times now. Be quick. Once, twice, third. Final call at $640,000. Done. Finished. Silent. Guys, 100% you're out. Thank you so much for your bidding today. At $640,000 now, it appears you defeated one of your competitors out here this afternoon. Just give me a little bit more to see if there's any more in the market. Don't worry, I'll do the same for you if I was selling your home. I know you'd be incredibly grateful of that conduct. Hopefully I've been entertaining for you all this afternoon, but it can be a nervous wreck, of course, if you are a buyer. I like to drag the auctions out and I put the buyers through the ringer. I'm so sorry. After all, I do work on behalf of the vendor, but hopefully you are the successful buyer in a few moments' time. Just want to make sure we've got nothing left here or anybody else in the marketplace here in the heart of Chirnside Park. This spectacular home on the heart of Switchback Road. Yes, no, done, finished, silent at $640,000. Once, twice, third, final call. Sure, folks, you done? Yep. No worries. Folks, just give me a very quick 2 minutes just to get some further instructions. Thank you. No.
So you'll be able to hear it. But then if you talk, they can talk from it. Okay. Alright, I'll talk to you in a minute. So,
Here we go, guys. folks, thanks so much for your patience and anticipation. Just getting some final instructions from our vendors inside. I really do appreciate you sticking around and waiting to see what's going to be happening, of course, with the auction. Ma'am, can I confirm your bid at $640,000? Thank you so much, folks. I want to let you know my instructions from the vendors inside are plain and simple, and I'm instructed to place one very, very gentle vendor bid just to give you clarity on where the vendors are situated, of course, to navigate you to the successful purchase of this spectacular home in the heart of Chirnside Park. Ma'am, just letting you know, my vendor bid now is going to be a $5,000 rise just above yours. That's all it is, just a $5,000 rise at $645,000, but I need to entertain a $5,000 rise from you to jump back in. Happy to look at $650 now, just a $5,000 rise to jump back in. If we get no further bidding beyond $650,000, we may be passing the property into you. It's a fantastic position for you to be in as a buyer. Statistically speaking, thank you so much. Statistically speaking, if you are the highest buyer, you do become the buyer of the property now at $650,000, and best of luck to you, ma'am. Peter, just let you know, we've got $650,000. Sorry, ma'am. We're just getting some instructions in case we get some good news coming out of that room now at $650,000, folks. Any interest from you to jump back in? Is there a small increment that you would come back in with? Are you sure we can't tempt you in? Thank you so much for your bidding today. We do really appreciate it. The team at Ray White Bayswater are going to help you find the magnificent piece of real estate, folks. Any further interest from the market here? My instructions were very simple before, and that is that if we get to 650, more likely than not, we're going to be passing it in. Just need to get that final word to do so, man. Please bear with me. Thank you so much for your patience. You've been amazing thus far. Really appreciate it. At 650,000 down the front with a genuine bid, most likely going to be passed in at that level. Folks, are you sure you're prepared to miss out? Folks, is there a number that you're comfortable with to jump back in? Are you sure? Once at 650. No worries. Now I've just got to find things to say. Twice at $650,000. Third, final call at $650,000. Wow, where do we go from here? Fantastic property in the heart of Chirnside Park. As I said, I've just got to find things to say until that 60 seconds is up. We've got schools in the area, folks, an abundance of them. Public, private, secondary, primary, nobody corporate, might I add, even though it's a common driveway. Spectacular location, a hop, skip and jump away to local shops. Have a look at the serene environment here in the heart of Chirnside Park. Everything at your doorstep, of course, freeway access as well. Medical facilities, as I said at the start of the auction, a breeze in and out of the CBD. Maybe 20 seconds to go. What else can I say? The market is still in your favour, folks, as a buyer's market right now. You've all come here to purchase this spectacular home, and why not? Located, of course, within absolutely everything here. Are we sure we can't tempt you in? As I said, a small increment to jump start in. You sure? Done. Finished. Silent. Timmy, what else can I say? Do you want to talk about the football? Are the Tigers going to go on and win the flag this year? I reckon they will. We're going to do it again. We're going to do what you guys did and Geelong did back in the mid-2000s. Done. Finished. Silent at 650,000. I might need to pause just so you know, but I'm going to see Peter's coming out. At 650,000. Peter, do you want me to pause? 2 seconds. 1, 2. So I'm not going to pause at 650,000 now, ma'am. I'm sorry, I've got to find a few more seconds to say it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You've made my job a lot of fun today. You guys have made my job very difficult, by the way, because you haven't jumped back in with the bidding. Are you sure? Even $1,000 to jump back in? I'd offer you $500 to jump back in if they came in with 1,000, ma'am, just so you know. At 650,000 now, just waiting anxiously for Peter to come back out now to let me know what's happening. We may be on the market, or we may be passing the property in. I'm just waiting. Sorry, folks, please bear with me. Thank you to those that have tuned in. Hopefully I've been thoroughly entertaining for you all. Down the back there, you've all been very quiet. I'm assuming you're all neighbours and onlookers. Is there a chance that you can jump back in with bidding here for this spectacular home in the heart of Chirnside Park? Just have a look at what you're walking through. You do not need to lift a finger. I think I'm out of things to say. Record low interest rates right now in the market. Now's your opportunity to buy. How about that one, Timmy? Right now, it's not the best thing for brokers, but as for the banks, the record low interest rates are still going to work in your favour as a buyer. Make no mistake about that. Thank God. No problem at all, folks. We're going to pause very quickly for 2 minutes. Thank you so much. After all that, I wasted all that energy. Thank you so much, folks. Folks are on the market. On the market now, are we sure, done, finished, silent, at $650,000? I'm going to call it 3 times. Now's your chance. Any increment to jump back in, and we're going to be selling it at the hammer. Ma'am, thank you so much for your patience. You have been amazing sitting there waiting. I probably would have walked away at $650,000. That's testament to you, Jimmy. Once, twice, third, final call at $650,000. Sure, done, finished, selling. Selling! Sold. Congratulations. Well done. I'm so sorry about that. You